Hi, I'm Alan. I'm a presenter here at Calon FM, and I am delighted to be joined today by Gareth Butler, who's going to talk to me about a fantastic event that he is bringing to Wrexham this coming October. Gareth, I'm going to hand it over to you and let you tell me a little bit about what the event is, where it's going to take place, and why people should really pay attention and check out this fabulous event. Gareth, over to you.
Thank you very much, Alan, and hello, everybody. The event is the British International Tattoo in concert, a slice of the British Isles. Originally, it was supposed to be a full-scale military and civilian tattoo, but of course, COVID happened and got in the way, and it just felt a little bit too soon safety-wise and logistically-wise to do a huge full-scale tattoo where we've got people, marching around all over the place and coming and going. So instead of doing that, but to honour our promise and to produce something, we have come up with a concert version of our theme. So we've got a fabulous cast lined up. We've got the Cheshire Constabulary Band and their corps of drums, who will lead the first half of the show. And they're going to take us on a musical journey of songs from the First World War to the present day. In the second half, we've then got little snippets of the four corners of the British Isles, really. So we've got Highland dancers, pipes and drums, we've got Morris dancers, we've got male voice choirs, we've got, who haven't I mentioned, we've got a Chinese dragon dance turning up because we wanted to add an international element to the show there. So it really is a very eclectic second half, and this will all culminate in a fabulous red, white and blue, very patriotic finale at the end. It's all in aid of a fabulous veterans charity, the Not Forgotten, and it's been sponsored by some wonderful local businesses and organisations as well. Our main event sponsor, in fact, is United Utilities, but we've got some individual act sponsors there as well. So it's been a real team effort to get the show on the road. It's not been an easy process over the past 2 years, but along with the help of our cast, our crew, and the fabulous people at our venue as well, colleague Cambria in Wrexham, they've really joined forces, and all of their wonderful, talented people are getting involved to produce what we hope, in fact, what we know will be a really unique, one-off, fabulous event on the 2nd of October 2021, which is looming very, very fast, which is why I've got rather more grey hairs than I did a few months ago.
Indeed, time is moving incredibly fast. And your event is taking place in the brand new facilities at Coleg Cambria, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It was an inspired decision, really. We were looking for a home this time 12 months ago. We really didn't know where we were going to do the tattoo at all. It could have happened anywhere in the country. But I have a contact at Coleg Cambria, and I knew that they were opening their new facility. So I got in touch with them and I said, look, we're new. Your facility is new. If we can allow you to open your doors to members of the general public and come and see what facilities you've got, whilst at the same time facilitating this fabulous new show, can we work together on it? And I was very pleased to say right from the outset, they were very keen on the idea. This week, I've been working very closely with the technical theatre people, the lighting people, the sound people, their events people. They've been getting the students involved, so they're doing this as sort of an extension to their coursework, really. And yeah, they're making the event look really, really fantastic for us, and the sound's going to be absolutely perfect. And it's been really nice to get them involved because they're the experts, really, and of course they've been stuck in their houses like the rest of us for the past 18 months. So for them to get involved in something like this is a real benefit, I hope, to them, and a massive, massive benefit to us. I don't think without the support of Coleg Cambria, we would have had the ability to do anything this year. It really is down to them and the teamwork of our cast and crew, of course.
And it's great to see the community working together like that. And of course, over the last couple of years, because of COVID, students have had so little chance to actually do events as part of their training in performing arts and theatre. It's great to be giving them the opportunity to get their hands back involved and actually bringing live production back to Wrexham. So I think it's a fantastic opportunity. Tell me a little bit more about the charity then that this event is raising funds for.
The Not Forgotten are a fabulous charity. They really are. And again, we only ended up sort of getting in touch with them by chance, really. Our patron for the event is a man that will be known to many people in the military tattoo world, Major Sir Michael Parker, who produced the Royal Tournament for 27 years. He produced as it was then, the Edinburgh Military Tattoo. He's produced Her Majesty's Silver Jubilee and Golden Jubilee, the national celebrations for VE and VJ Day. So he's done just about every royal event that you can imagine, nationally and internationally. And it was him that put us in touch with the Not Forgotten. He'd done some events for them at Buckingham Palace and St James's Palace a few years ago. And we were looking to link our event with a veterans charity. And he said, well, look no further than the Not Forgotten. They would be overjoyed to work with you. So I phoned up their CEO, Brigadier James Stopford, and he put me in touch with the rest of his team. And again, without the support of them, although we are supporting them, without their support and their sort of positive attitude that they've had towards the whole thing, we wouldn't be staging an event at all. And they're a great charity. They're a big charity in that they're very well known, and they've been operating since 1920. So it's last year was their centenary year of operation. But they're quite small in that they've only got a small team of people. You don't really often see them, on the streets rattling tins or anything like that. So a lot of their fundraising is done internally. They do lots of shows, lots of performances, and rather than sort of just collect people's money and then dish it out somewhere, you can really see where the money that's raised by them and for them goes. They take their veterans away on holidays, they throw parties for them. They have a fabulous event in the grounds of Buckingham Palace every year, their annual get-together at the garden party there. So you can really see where the money is going with this charity, and just great to deal with. They're an absolute joy to deal with. And we're very pleased and proud that we can have their logos splashed up all over our big screen at the event, so that we can really show off the fact that we're supporting them. We're going to give a good donation to them at the end of the show, and we hope for this to become an annual event as well. So we'll be working with them closely and the people of Wrexham on an event for 2022 and beyond, which I'll start working on the 3rd of October, as soon as this show is done and dusted.
Fantastic stuff. And of course, many people in Wrexham will identify with the theme because, of course, Wrexham has a very proud military connection. It's historically had a very strong relationship with the Welsh Fusiliers and continues to have a very strong presence in Wrexham. So I think this is a really important thing for, the people of Wrexham, and especially those who have got military connections, to get involved with, support our veterans, not just locally, but nationally, and really show some solidarity for what is a fantastic cause. Just out of interest, Gareth, what inspired you in the first place to sort of get involved with this whole event? Obviously, it's changed a little bit, but what was your inspiration in the beginning?
A week before the event, I'm sort of asking myself the same question, really. Why did I bother? It goes back a long way, really. I mentioned the Royal Tournament earlier on, produced by our patron, Michael Parker. And that was, for those people who don't know, it was the oldest military tattoo in the world. It was the father of all military tattoos, really. And that used to happen every year in London, down at Earl's Court. Massive event. It was a 3-week-long event. Everybody lived on site. All of the cast lived at Earl's Court. Huge big thing. And I was taken as a 4-year-old by my dad and godparents who were working on the tournament at the time. And they managed to sneak me in backstage and whatever. And as a 4-year-old, seeing a show of that scale and of that size, it just completely blew my mind. I became obsessed with it all sorts as a little 4-year-old. And subsequently went back every year. It was my annual birthday treat, and we went back year on year out until our government decided that it was no longer necessary to hold such an event, which is a shame because it was a fabulous recruitment tool as well for the armed forces. And in 1999, on the 2nd of August, they said, that's it. The Royal Tournament is no more. So from there, I went to other military tattoos, the fabulous tattoo up in Edinburgh and other military concerts around the country. And I've just always been very interested in them. I think they're a wonderful way for the military to show off what they can do, both logistically and musically as well. And I think it is very important that they have that presence within our communities. And likewise, you know, our communities can turn up to these events and show their appreciation to the military with rapturous applause at the end. So I just think they're culturally very important. And I think they're a great form of entertainment as well. So I always wanted to work at the Royal Tournament, but by the time I was old enough to do so, it had closed. I always wanted to work at the Edinburgh, now the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo, but my career path took me down a different route and I've ended up doing something else completely different. And when I got the opportunity a few years ago to raise some funds and receive some funds from our main event sponsor, United Utilities, I thought, right, it's now or never. Let's put on this show that I've always wanted to do. And yeah, I'm very, very glad that in a week's time we'll be staging what is now a concert rather than a tattoo. But I'm sure next year we can pull off something even bigger and even better.
Fantastic. And I'm delighted that you are bringing this event to Wrexham, and it's just a wonderful thing. And as you picked up on, I think the last couple of years has actually changed people's perception of the military a little bit. We've seen them get much, much more involved in some aspects of civilian life in ways that traditionally they may never have done, and we're continuing to see that. And it's really great to acknowledge our servicemen through an event like this. I think it's a really good thing to have, and a delight to bring this event to Wrexham. I was going to ask you, Gareth, do you have any military background yourself, just out of interest? Have you ever served, or are there family connections that have sort of brought the interest up for you?
I've never been a soldier, sailor, or airman. I've had the pleasure of drinking with many of them, which they do extremely well. But no, I never signed up, and that was partly because of the demise of the Royal Tournament. Really, I must admit, it was certainly on the cards that I would maybe join the forces. But when that finished, I just thought, no, do you know what? I don't know. I don't know. It just changed my mindset and opinion, really. And as I say, my career path took a different route, and that's fine. But no military connection with me, other than a strong interest in military history, military life, military tattoos. Some family members, some older family members, grandfathers and great grandfathers were in the military, so there's definitely a connection there. But no, not for me.
I think that's a fair point there, that ultimately we are all here today because we all have connections with people in the military in the past, and we should do everything we can to honor the memory of those who served in the past, and of course those who currently serve for us, and show our respect and gratitude for the work they do in all areas of life. But Gareth, if I can get you just to let me know once again when, where, and where do people go to find out more information and buy tickets for the event?
Certainly, yes. So 2nd of October at Coleg Cambria at the new campus, right in the centre of Wrexham. Doors open at 6:30 because we've also got, as well as the fabulous concert itself, we've got lots of stalls, local businesses, charities who will be appearing at our trade exhibition area. So there's plenty of opportunity for you to come and have a look at the stalls there, and they're selling all sorts of beautiful and wonderful things, from handmade crafts to delicious food and fabulous alcohol and whatever else. So please do come along and support them. So that's doors open at 6:30. That will give you an hour to look around the stalls. Coleg Cambria also have a gorgeous restaurant and cafe that you can dine at before the show. And then the show starts at 7:30. Tickets are priced at £20 for children £25 for adults. We've got a VIP option as well. If you want to join the VIPs and the dignitaries, you'll get piped to the producer's reception, and then piped from the reception down to the concert hall. And you can get your tickets from www.ticketsource.co.uk/the British International Tattoo, a slice of the British Isles. It's a bit of a mouthful, but you'll find it on there. We've also got our Facebook pages where you can get some more information as well.
And of course, there is a Just Giving campaign as well to support the charity, isn't there?
There is, yes. So to put the show on, as I'm sure everybody can appreciate, it's cost a pretty penny, really. And we've raised some of those funds, as well as the funds that we've been given from our fabulous sponsors. We've raised some of those funds by doing some activities, some climbing activities and walking activities and swimming activities and the usual sort of sponsorship activities that people get involved with. And I've not got the page details in front of me, but if you type in Just Giving, the British International Tattoo, and put my name on the end of it, Gareth Butler, I think you can probably find it from there or from our Facebook page as well. And a bit of a plea, we this morning were at £940 on that page. If we can get that up to £1,000 before we need to start paying our cast and crew, some of which actually are performing for nothing, I must admit, but some need expenses paying. So if we can get up to the £1,000, that would be an absolute goal achieved. That would be wonderful.